Hi everyone, Dave Robinson with Remax Properties here again. Just wanted to do a short video that put together here this morning or this afternoon, I should say, real quick. We had a furnace go out last night, so it got a little cold in the house. As a matter of fact, it's going to be cold again tonight. It's supposed to get some snow on our way. That's cool. Okay, so anyway, getting down to the business here. Interest rates. Oh my gosh, interest rates. FH now as of this morning, FHA is 5.875. Conventional around 6.5. But again, that was this morning. Things can change, things can fluctuate, but for the most part, on a VA, for instance, VA is always really close to the FHA, around the 5.5 or even 5.5. Just depends on the FICO score. The one advantage that VA has over FHA, not everyone wants to do that, but you can go as high as $4 million on a VA loan. A lot of people don't know that. Not that you really want to, you can. But come to think of it, if you have a current VA loan and maybe it's something that's 500 or 600 thousand, whatever, you can sell that, take your profits, say you bought it for 3.5, 350. Because I'm seeing a lot of people with that because of the prices of doubled the values. Take your profits and go to a home that you really want that costs more, and once again, it's a jury, so you don't have your down payment, but you can use a chunk for your equity for that. So that's pretty good. FHA, FHA loan limits. Some people wouldn't have to worry about viewing now. And we are looking at El Paso County, 533,600 for single family. Whoops. Yep, that's it. If you are doing a duplex, 683,100. If you're looking at a triplex, 825,700. And if you are looking at a fourplex for an investment scenario of any of these, 1,026,000. Yeah. 150. I knew I'd get it right sooner or later. So there you are. So that's the FHA loan limits. So it's quite different from what VA is doing now. In regards to what our market is doing, and you guys are all familiar with what I've done in the past and have these sheets out there. So if you want to give me a holler, at the end of every month, I like to put these out. So the end of December, we are looking at an average sales price, which was $545,970. Now, the difference between December of this year and December of the prior year is $26,009. As of 23, the December closing average was $519,961. That's that $26,009 difference. So even though the holiday season had slowed down, and is a lot slower for people, it's still a lot better, and it's even a bigger gap from 3 years ago. It's amazing. So keep that in mind. And if you are a buyer who really needs to find a good transaction, a good deal out there, now might be the time to do that. There are fewer people out looking, and the folks that are on the market are pretty serious about getting their home sold. So I think you'll find some pretty decent inventory out there. Oh, and speaking of inventory, let me give you a real quick rundown on that. Active single family homes currently, we are looking at 2,488 homes that are on the market. Expired, we are looking at, took my eyes on so I can see right, 280 homes have expired. So maybe they were overpriced. That happens quite a bit. Under contracts in the last 7 days, 128 homes. And we're talking the holidays here, so that's really pretty good. Closed properties in the last 7 days, and these are homes that have gone under contract back in 24 and finally have gone through all the process of the loan as well as the inspections. So they closed 231 here in the last 7 days. Of the price reductions, because there's been a lot of that going on, where sellers, like I said a while ago, sellers are pretty serious about getting their home sold. 257 of those in the last 7 days have reduced the price. So that's really good. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and that was just because right now is the time when a lot of people are thinking, hey, I think I'm going to go on a cruise and go someplace warm. A lot of that happens this time of year. Some things as a tip that you might want to consider, and I've been doing this in our really cold days, is if you've got a sink, faucets, whatever, that may face an outside wall, open the cabinet door so that the heat from the house can get in there and make sure that you don't have any freezing pipes. The other thing that you might want to do if you are looking to take off on a cruise is totally shut off the water in your house. There have been people who have gone on vacations, come back, and 2, 3, 4 weeks later, and everything's been flooded. And you've heard this too, right? And totally ruins the house. Just turn them on. You don't have any issues, but make sure you leave your heat on at a sustainable level. You don't want anything freezing out. Now, this time of year, uh, people don't think of this, but you may want to go ahead, take a look at your furnace filters. I know usually people go, okay, it's fall season. I'm going to change the batteries in my CO2 detector. I'm going to change my filters out. Furnace filters ought to be changed out a couple, 3 times a year. Um, just depends on the weather pattern wherever you're living. But check those out, and get them taken care of. Another tip for if you are leaving town to go on a cruise or any kind of event is you may want to have family or friend know that you're leaving. Keep an eye on the house, take care of it. And if it's something where we have snow coming, make sure you get that driveway cleaned off, because if there's no tracks going in and out, someone sees that that's open season on. You may want to have some of the oh my God, what's that called? Timers.
Or yeah,
Simple.
light switch time.
Have at least two on timers. That way it doesn't look like somebody's, it's always black during the evening. And during the winter months, obviously it gets dark around 3:30, 4:30. So, you may want to do that. Also, do not let, if you receive a newspaper of any kind, do not let them pile up on your front porch or on the driveway. I don't think anyone puts them on the front porch anymore. The old days when I used to throw a few hundred papers every morning. Now it's lucky if it gets on the driveway. But don't let them pile up. Have your neighbor or cancel the paper. No, don't cancel, excuse me, don't cancel your paper, because that notifies the carriers. And I've seen that in the past where the carriers were the ones sending their kids in doing some things. And speaking of sending kids in, again, this is my old police days too, is if you have a pet door, secure it, because burglars, I know this from experience in my old police days, like I said, they would send their little kids in through the pet door if it was big enough, have them unlock the door, and then have a heyday with your house. So you may want to secure the pet door. Just thought I'd mention that. Let me make sure I got everything covered here, because I said it was going to be short and sweet. That is really it. But I wanted to really emphasize, if you are considering a home, you should probably consider one sooner rather than later, because the sellers are a little bit more motivated during the winter months. You can always refinance if the rates go even lower than they are now. So get what you want for a house that you really like, change the financing later on, especially if you've got a government loan. A lot of these a lot of these lenders are willing to work with you on refinance, and with VA, a lot of times it's totally free. So there you have it. Thanks, Ben. You've got my contact information on this video, so take a look at that. Give me a call if you need help or if you'd like some advice. Thanks. Ciao.